Welcome back. WeArEuS, and have you ever heard the saying, speaking with a mouthful of chuggiss? The answer is no. No, you have not, because I made that all up just now. I don't know what chuggiss could be. It's got to be some sort of a thick, let's say grainy liquid. Maybe not even a liquid, just something akin to masticated food you haven't bothered to swallow and you just left it in your mouth for whatever reason. Yeah, because you're that kind of a person. You love making your own chuggiss. I don't know why you do. You do, though. And good for you. You know, you have a hobby, a thing you love. Not everyone is as blessed as you, or as weird. But rejoice in your odd, rather disgusting fetish of having food, but not really eating it. Well, I don't know why you would do that. I can't fathom a reason. Whoa, it's dark. Yeah, that go down. Knock, knock. Welcome to the city, Metropolis, Central Gate. This place was probably incredible when it was up and running. Welcome to Metropolis. Please make yourself at home. Be sure to watch your steps, though. Since the disappearance of travelers, the blood has stopped taking care of the city. And, at the same time, the quips have become quite dangerous around here. But I'm sure a capable unit like you will have no problem moving around. Feel free to stay as long as you want, because it's not like you can stop me. Just have that open. Where does this go? No. No. Disturbing curio. An ancient artifact supposedly used by travelers in their everyday life. Be sure those are marbles. Well, whatever that is, I want it, but get in there. I don't think we can do that. Another dog trash bin bot. Oh, okay. I saw the health bar and immediately went on the pets. It's almost like the blood wants this place to ancient crumble. Show some respect. After all the blood has been through, no wonder he's withdrawn. I was just looking for an opportunity to fit Crips in there. Mother fricking. Ah. Yeah, I'll hit the button when I get around to it. Literally. That was the most logical thing, right? I see you there. Remember, everyone, skip at least once a day for your heart. It'll be perfect. Have you seen that prawn-like unit crawling through the pipes? Oh, yeah. I heard it went back underground to the city's foundations. Good riddance, if you ask me. Hey, where'd you come from? Why are you dying in 3 hits? Oh, that's why I didn't encounter these guys before. Because I went up that way. That's your mistake, but what do you mean? Get down here. That's right. Become like corpse. I climbed the corporate ladder using the bodies of my enemies. Then I opened the door to success, as you do. Nope. Not yet. We're missing 2 health, and I don't like that. Speaking of which... Hold up. So there's an opening over here. No, there's not. Well, maybe. I don't think we can even... Maybe we can one day. Looks like we might need a triple jump for that. Oh. Yeah, that felt good. I also forgot you can knock down projectiles. Just like I forget that I can dodge. I also have to realize that, oh, that's not good. Enjoy. Come on. Be a little braver. My little toaster. That's it. Wow. I should have taken a hit there. I mean... Look. Okay. I might have messed up with my input on the analog stick. Okay. There's a basin over yonder. Well, maybe get back to it. Yeah. It's down here. Yeah, I really don't want to pay 30 Nacra just to refill my health. Potentially 40. Okay, so basically you have, if you're running on red health, that's the most damage you would get out of that one modifier. And I know I'm continuing the conversation from, or an idea or a thought from what is your perspective, the previous episode. So assuming you've watched it. If you haven't, well, like I always say, you should probably fix that. Get up, lazy bones. Mind fixing Gwendolyn over there? Something above. Locked from the other side. I don't like seeing indicators of items and not having them in my pocket. An old-fashioned key for that. Okay, let's mess around with this then. That core. You okay, bud? You want this? Bell Tower Visitor Pass grants access to the upper floors of the bell tower in the haven. Come and witness the majestic tome, the last untouched relic of Earth, the celestial bell. Get out of here. That does not work. Ah, I see. Man, it would have been frustrating to notice that earlier and to try to access it and it not even work. All right. So that whole thing is done. At least from what I can tell. So there's also this bit of business down here. And a thing there. But that requires the old-fashioned key. Oh, I actually really need that. One moment. Banked. Ah. It's going to be like that, isn't it? No. Yes. Oh, hey, I can use the thumbnail now. Calderon, unyielding furnace. Not much I could really do there. Wait, is that what we're doing? Are we unlocking no other nexi? And I probably have to access them for them to do Nexus things, but you get the point. I don't think we don't have a shortcut to it either. That's yeah, so that's got to be what that overseer's thing is for. I am super glad I found the crystallizer before we crossed paths with that guy. I think we'll leave it for now, just in case. Okay, let's try this again. I'm probably just going to cut the bit in between using the elevator and getting here. So we would have to need... There would have to be... Yeah, sort of like this. Because it's way too far at this point. Now that we have that, we can use the overseers. Why is that locked? Okay. I grabbed him. He did not take fall damage. Now Now, yes, it was said that you can grab units, and that has been used. That word has been used to refer to the enemy. But I've never actually successfully utilized it against an enemy unit, so right, I can dodge. Look, I explained myself and dodging and my lack of use of it last episode. I'm not going to totally not make excuses again. Get combo, kid. I was going to say something like your granny did, but robots don't have grannies. Okay. It's kind of weird having to consciously swap between the analog stick and the D-pad because I need more precise movement in one moment and I need to utilize the hairpin action in another. It's awkward. Is there another Nexus close by? No. Just another overseer who's not doing his job. Get to work. Just like me. I shouldn't have gotten hit by that. Music. Oh. God dang it. Hey, but I did utilize... Let me out. I did utilize the dodge. And boy, does it feel good. I sure would like to unlock that door, please. absolutely juked. I mean, if they're going to volunteer their NACRA, I mean, it's always farming season, right? I think when it actively dodges something, there's a cooldown to it. Not good. Since when does it change trajectory? Okay, I guess we can write that off as a second phase thing. So, since we're heading directly to a boss, toss that out. Put that on. I have 4 right now, so... Right. Still haven't figured out how to unlock that other door. What? I don't... What happened? What? I remember being above them, and then I was on the ground and I got hit. Has to have something to do with the D-pad. what I did, but I did it. And it was awful. I do like being able to move the camera around like this. I mean, someone's got to pay for my healing. I will say it doesn't feel like we do a whole lot more damage there. What? I'm not trying to do the down attacks, so that's upsetting. Still, we can come out of it with 97 and full health. Okay, so I've determined there is not a cooldown for it. There's not an extra cooldown for the dodge if you dodge something. Okay. I got serious for 1 second and Albion Online was defeated. Yeah, it took me a while to come up with something. Okay. I forgot to read the flavor text, but actually I should be able to flash key harvester, an advanced module extending to core functions of transfer energy from the target by hitting it. Yeah, okay, so this is things that are useful. It's kind of odd that they went about using it this way, or setting up this inventory like this, but okay. Core components, Forebear's Legacy. Asthma, not Atma. Oh, I know what these candles are for. I remember seeing basins next to Asthma, not Atma, next to Asthma on the right side of her. So those go there, but we only have 2, and I remember seeing like 5 or 6 of them. So there's no reason to go back that way yet. Unless you get something for every one of them you turn in. It's a hassle to go all the way back there, though. Oh, right. We were doing something. There we go. No, we can... We'll heal at the basin, then turn in. No way was I going to let that piddly thing be the end of my 250 macro. Not happening. That is not the world we live in. This is a branch reality now, folks. You best start believing it, because you're in one. So what is it we need to do? Right. Let's stick our thing in this. Information panel. The 6 voices, the eye, the blood, the breath, the hand, the spine, and the heart. An embedder. Be a modifier. Sharpened hairpin. Grants the ability to slice enemies with X when using the hairpin on. It requires 40 slots. But you can only use the hairpin on basic enemies. A Pearl's anatomy. Kinky. That guy. This is the other one. Yeah. Okay. There is a broken crystallizer up there. But I don't think we can... No. Unless I can... No. Let's see. Hall of History is where we currently are. My hands are freaking freezing. Well, just the left one for some weird reason. Right one is nice and warm, actually. So we'll do it floor by floor. Just to see the sights. $240 crystallized nacra. Remember the days when we used to just pick up 20? I just came back from the Foundations, and let me tell you, we're lucky that Metropolis is still standing. Everything has gone mad down there. At this point, I'm not even sure the blood could fix it. If you're planning to go anyway, at least take this. It's not much, but it might save your frame one day. Okay, I will take that. Elevator's obstructed. Of course it is. Someone up there is prejudiced against elevators, and I won't stand for it. We'll have to go up then. I say... I said... Hold on. I mean, sure, the elevator could come from below as well, but... Okay, so it does come from below. I don't know why we would need two of them if we can access them from the same area. Maybe it goes deeper, I guess. As always, start from this side. Now listen. This is a pretty room, don't you think? The travelers put all these candles here because of the tragedy of the last voice. I don't know what happened exactly, but the units who were around say the travelers were never the same again after that. Here, I have a spare candle if you want. You can light it for a friend too. You know, when their last tremor comes. I don't know what candles are for yet. That's put me off my original theory. I don't like that. I was bracing for inevitable consternation there. Yeah. I think approaching them like that is better. Hit them with the final hit first. And then, when they approach, hit them with the first two of the combo. since they don't like to flinch once they start attacking anyway. Okay, I don't like being the meat in a screw you sandwich, okay? I don't see a way we can get around here. There, so we'll have to go underneath. And I really, really want that guy's core. I've already fought one of you before. He's another one that doesn't flinch once he started his attack. And I mean, good for him, right? Can't just let yourself be bullied all the time. There's a proper time and place for those things, and that's the bedroom. This room's too big. Crystallizer? It's not moving, so that's, yeah, that's the guy. That's the robot corpse. Nope. I want that, so. The other one was floating too high and thrust itself into the hate grass. Good. Now, if I only had a base. Preserve as much health as I can until I get control of the situation. Can't climb it. What the frick? You shoot twice? Messing around with this place until I'm fully healed again. Yeah, this is fine. Even if the heart does survive, Metropolis doesn't have long, if you ask me. Now, I wonder if I were to jump down here, if there'd be a secret area to access, but I don't have. We're still off the map right now, so I have to do this. Hi. we're not going to go up that way because there are 2 shooters and a guy with an axe. I'll just call it an axe up there. Whereas I could go this way. We haven't reconverted yet, so we have to spend some macro first. I didn't go back and access the Nexus and change our setup because then everything would respawn. I don't want that. I like the dead things being dead for as long as I'm able to keep them that way. Actually, yeah, that'd be annoying. I wanted to send this all the way to the deepest part so I could come back around once we were done down there. But I remembered quite a bit of the... I don't really have to mess with the hate grass. It'll probably just be a rather long walk, that's about it. Again, everything down here is dead, so... Except for that one guy who was near the elevator, but... his time is coming. Actually, I could just drop down there, huh? Later. As a matter of fact, that's probably where I actually need to go, right? Unfortunately, I can't tell where I am yet, because I haven't touched the Nexus. I'm pretty sure this is the elevator that takes us up to the 2nd floor so we can access the elevator to take us up to the ground floor. I could be wrong. I'm Mother Frecker. I'm not, though. Actually, let's do that again. Is there a reason I would want to call the elevator up here just to do all of that again? There's no telling where we'll end up once we... No, I think that area down there just brings us to the elevator, so... we do get to do this again. I just need to send this back down. It's actually not that far, so we don't need to do that. Now we know, and that's, what, 30 seconds, a minute and a half that we get to keep. See a way up. Looks like I was wrong. There's more meat on this bun. What are you doing over here? You were just trapped up against the wall. I'm going to have to remember this name because I'm not entirely sure I'm talking to the same guy. I mean, he's got the gnarly hat, so it's got to be him, right? Hey, pal. Do you think you could help me out? I was on my way to Mel's workshop when I got caught in these icicles. A few hits should do the trick, please. I don't want to become a cold case. You were just trapped by a fan. I guess he learned from me that you could just move to the side. Way to go, pal. You really know how to break the ice. Gotta go now. See you in Mel's workshop. Wait. Okay, I think I understand. Is it though? So, my understanding is that that is the drone of one of the I don't remember the goddamn thing's name. The machine we buy upgrades from, modifiers and the like. But if I'm not mistaken, I remember it saying just under that thing's name, Mel's property. And it's hiding from Mel. So those can't be, so the guy that just ran off can't be the drone of that thing. Which is why I'm going to try and remember that that one's name was Sin. Basically done down here until we get extra jumps, I suppose. I want to kill it so badly. Come on. I have to use my attacks like that, and I almost overdid it and ended up using the entire combo and ending up on cooldown. But for now, we are done down here, and I would suspect we are at an hour, which, if so, done with today's episode. Let's go find out, though. Also, if you hold the Y button and then just select your floor and release the button, away you go. Out how to get up there. One day I'm going to be able to repair those who are beyond repairable. Surely. No, it's down here. Alright. We have indeed just barely passed 1 hour. And I know. Shh. It's okay. This isn't the end. We have so much more left to do. At least I hope so. Because I wouldn't mind playing this game for a good long while. What is it I needed to remove? Yeah. And then we can get another 15, but it doesn't really help. Alright, you. Sharpened hairpin, slice enemies with X when using the hairpin on them. You require a freaking 40. Alright, before we end the episode, let's see how this works. Now, this is the fastest way to an enemy. Get down here, you little rat. So that's what that looks like. I mean, it might be okay if we could parlay that into the rest of the combo, but it looks like it puts her so far beyond the enemy that a follow-up chain of attacks is unfeasible, which means either the enemy now is able to follow through on counterattacking you, or you are out of position and you just have to run around and hope not to get hit by whatever happens next. That said, it does seem to do so much more damage, huh? Because I want that nacre. I was going to say resin. I don't know why. What is resin? Trying to remember the last game I was playing before this one. I don't know why I was thinking resin. What's your name? I won't say until I release you. So for certain trash mobs, that's just instant death. I guess it's okay, but it is so expensive. What are we trading out just to have this? Free basins. That only costs 10. If I could manage that. If I get rid of this, then there's no point to this, because I can't afford to just not be making as much nacra. So again, the hairpin thing does not work on bosses. At least I don't think so. I will note, using that on enemies does not appear to... I need something else to use it on just to check. I want to see if using the hairpin on enemies resets your, or consumes your meter. I can't say that Yeah, it definitely does. So... yeah, using that attack then resets your meter. So you could basically chain that back to back. I was tempted to go back down there and use it against one of the heavier enemies with more health, just to see if I could chain them back to back and keep them staggered. That didn't happen. You should not trust your lying eyes. Oh, we have 265. I need to actually get that crystallized. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with another episode, and oh, it's going to be really interesting, especially if I can find a good combination I'm willing to. Why'd I do this? I just wasted that nacre for no good. I still had a whole other charge of health. I would have been fine. But it doesn't hurt to be safe. Yeah. There was a slight risk that I might run into some hate grass on the way back, but I don't think so. Anyway, there will be another episode tomorrow, and if I can manage to get this modifier to work with the stuff I wanted to work with, frankly, I don't think at this point that we're actually hurting too badly for Nacra, that we need the basins to be free. So it's possible we could keep this. It's possible we could keep this and, you know, just see how far it can go, how good it feels to use. I might have to get to a point where using the dodge becomes more reflexive than a constant. No, this is Mel, and it's Dr. Halen's property. Another scrapling found its way here. I take it that you're no stranger to this, so thank you. I don't know where the little slacker was burrowed, but at least it didn't come back empty-handed. I've added his findings to my own wares. Well, one thing's for sure, slack time's over. More components with pain conversion. Energy recharges when taking damage. You see a drawback. I see an opportunity. And I do like being able to see enemies' health. I'm bringing that up because this thing's modifier slot requirement is also 5. And I've probably got just about that much in wiggle room. Ooh, we've got 2 mods that require 3 cores, and we have just enough. And frankly, I'm afraid to look at them. I wanted thinner frame for the extra slots. don't appear to be any more slot modifiers. So, I mean, once we figure out how to free the one, what did she call them? She called them slackers, but salvagers. Once I find a way to free that salvager that's trapped on the ceiling with due to the fan, maybe he will bring back some of those, because I could really use some more base slot capacity. I need it. Anyway, pain conversion. I don't hate it. And it's only 300. It doesn't require a core. I don't know what energy is supposed to be. I'm guessing energy is the meter at the bottom that is completely consumed by hairpin. I'm starting to see something work its way out if I don't need... that's a consideration for another time. Here we have defragmentation. Getting hit by an enemy generates an energy shard. What is that? That information would be most helpful in determining the value of this particular mod. Moving on to the heart's favorite, with the English spelling. British English, I mean. Energy recharges quicker when on the ground, but it's not necessarily near instantaneous, but it is close to being near instantaneous. Usually the heart doesn't play favorite, but one unit in particular always was the exception. I'm bothered by the fact that says doesn't play favorite when it's supposed to be favorites. Portable crystallizer. That's mine now. I don't know what it does, but it's mine now. I don't really care about the coding components since I'm only at one. I'm only carrying one. I'm tempted to go with thinner frame. I could just go in and equip that now and we'd have 3 health. Not sure what else I would want to put on after that. Screw it. I don't particularly care for defragmentation or heart's favorite, so I'm sure I'm going to find something good there. I feel like I freed 2 of those things. Whatever. It's fine. Alright, so this is now the proper end of the video. If you hung on for some weird reason, just to see what would happen next, you're a cool dude who isn't afraid of anything. And I want you to know that. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.